Great. Yes, yes. Good evening and welcome to session number 3 of our 6 weeks to family fitness program. And now, without further ado, as you know, on Tuesdays, we have our nutrition and our exercise that follows immediately afterwards. So while we have Trish here, our resident nutritionist, she's going to give us some great, wonderful tips on how to eat healthy, how to stay healthy for this 6-week program and beyond. Trisha, take it away.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday to everybody. So last week was just a real quick introduction. Today we get into really talking about the basics and getting down to the healthy eating, not telling you what is healthy, because that is what we all know, right? We know what's healthy. But what I do want to talk a little bit about is, why do we say these things? Why do we tell everybody eat the fruits and vegetables? Why do we say eat lean protein? So what is it behind all that that's what we hear? Because we know what the foods are. We all know that. So let's start with the fruits and vegetables. If you're eating fruits and vegetables every day, that's great. If you're including anything, that's great. However, we must include all of those colors, all of the variety of the fruits and the vegetables, the reds, the orange and yellow, the blues and purple, the greens in all their different shades, and the whites. Those are our basic color groups. Within all these color groups are different vitamins and different nutrients. We call them phytochemicals, antioxidants. Okay, antioxidants are so protective in the body. Antioxidants protect our cells. So when we cut an apple or peel an apple, we all know that what happens, the apple starts to turn a little brown, right? That apple is being protected by its skin, by its peel. That peel is being an antioxidant for the apple. Okay, so if we think about that in our body, when we put those antioxidants in our body, they're covering our cell, they're protecting our cell, they're protecting it from disease, from cancer, right? This is how we protect the body. So it's great if we eat a vegetable, but I can't eat broccoli every day, right? I need all those other vitamins. I need the purples, I need the reds, I need the dark greens, I need them all. This is very important that we have this variety. Even if you stay within one or two different vegetables, but have their different colors, right? There's at least 4 different colors of peppers. There's, I don't know how many different colors of apples. Pears, there's 3 or 4 or 5 different colors. So even within one particular fruit or vegetable, there's a few different colors. So we want to branch out there. We want to get that variety for those reasons. We need those antioxidants. Very important to protect our cells. What else am I getting from fruits and vegetables? I'm getting some water content. Okay. It doesn't mean we don't have to drink water. We have to drink our water. But we can get some of the fluid that the body needs, the water that the body needs, from fruits and vegetables, right? We want to get at least 75 to 80% of our water from drinking it in a cup. But we can get 20 to 25% from the foods that we eat. When they give out that recommendation, 8 glasses of 8-ounce glasses, right? 8-ounce glasses. 64 ounces. That's not really all that the body needs. The body needs more than that. That recommendation is kind of going with the assumption that we're going to get another 20 to 25% from our fruits and vegetables, right? Because they have a high water content. So if I'm not great about getting enough water every single day, that's a good way to give me that little assurance, right? Get a little boost in my fluid intake for the body. The fluid is coming from those fruits and vegetables, high water content. So that's something else I'm getting from that. What else am I getting from my fruits and vegetables? We're going to do this exercise, especially coming off of summer. What do we like to do? Sometimes some people feel they need to replenish their electrolytes, right? And what do we grab? We grab a high sugar Gatorade to replenish our electrolytes. Well, my fruits and my vegetables are going to replenish my electrolytes. Potassium, calcium, magnesium, sodium. Those are our electrolytes. That's what's in those drinks that we're grabbing. We don't need all that. We pick foods, we pick the right different variety of fruits and vegetables, and we replenish our electrolytes that way. And then we have some water with it. That's what we need. You know, many times we are not doing enough activity that really warrants that type of replenishment, right? So we have to be a little mindful of that, particularly for the parents that are on, you know, when the kids are doing some of their sports, the kids are not working at that intensity that we need to bring a 32-ounce Gatorade. You know, we don't need that on the little league field. You know, it's not that type of workout. So we replenish it with fruits and vegetables and water, and that's plenty, and that's great, and that's an even better way for the body to get it, because many of those drinks that are replenishing your electrolytes also have added sugar, so we don't need that. What else am I getting from my vegetables? Now, this is a very big one. This is one that I really appreciate, especially if we're talking about weight loss, if we're talking about diabetes management. Vegetables have very low calorie and carbohydrate content. So when I include them in my meal and I really fill up that plate with vegetables, I am dropping the calorie and carbohydrate content of my meal considerably. So if I'm looking to lose a little weight, but I don't want to have this little tiny plate that has little tiny portions on it, because I don't want to feel like I'm on a crazy diet. I want to feel like my plate is full. I'm going to fill it up with vegetables, because because our minds want to see a full plate, right? That's how it works. We don't want a plate that has nothing on it. So when I fill it with vegetables, I'm getting the benefit of filling my plate, makes my brain happy. I'm filling my stomach, because when you also have that water content, it's taking up space. It is filling the space in the stomach. And I'm dropping the calories and I'm dropping the carbohydrates. So I'm actually eating more with less calories. And this is where that weight loss starts to happen. Same thing if we are watching our carbohydrate intake because of diabetes. I don't want 2 scoops of rice or pasta on my plate, right? That's too many carbohydrates. But I do want half that plate to be salad or vegetables. You know, if any of you buy that bagged salad, everything's already cut up. And if you look on the back of that, you could eat the entire bag of salad and come in at like 60 calories for the entire bag of salad, which we're not going to do, right? When that's not going to be our complete meal, but you could eat that entire thing. Now, on the flip side of that, if I have a half a cup of rice, which is very small, half a cup of rice is very small, it will be at minimum 200 calories. So 60 calories for an entire bag of salad, or 200 calories for a very tiny half a cup portion. And most people don't have a half a cup portion of rice when we're having rice. We have a cup and a half at least. That's average. Now, I can have a half a cup portion of rice if the rest of my plate has all those vegetables on it. I won't feel hungry. I won't feel like I'm missing out. So that's really the beauty in vegetables. Aside from all the great nutrients that you're getting, it's just a way to really trick the stomach, right? We're filling up on all this great food without all the calories, without all the carbohydrates. Now, there's also going to be protein on the plate. I'm going to get to protein in a minute, but that's why you're always hearing it. That's why everybody's always saying half the plate vegetables, half the plate vegetables. You know, that's why. That all that stuff comes attached with the fruits and vegetables. It really has a meaning behind it. 2 quick things I do want to say about fruits and vegetables. For the fruits, anybody who either themselves maybe has diabetes or family member has diabetes, and the doctor says, what? Oh, no more fruit for you because you have diabetes. That's not the case. We always include fruit because of all the reasons that we just said. There's all these wonderful vitamins and nutrients in fruit. We should not be without fruit. The issue becomes the portion, right? And that's a little more specific to the type of fruit that we're having. Okay. I'm not going to sit down and eat 2 pears. I'm not going to eat 2 apples. I'm not. It's just not how that fruit is. Right. Would I overdo it in watermelon? Yeah, maybe. Would I overdo it in pineapple or mango? Yes. So some of these fruits that get this reputation that they have more sugar, it's not exactly that they have more sugar. It's that by nature of that type of fruit that it is, we just eat more of it. We overdo the portion. Coming off of the summer, you went into any fruit market or some supermarkets, they had that pre-cut melon for you, pre-cut watermelon. And if it was in that, get my hand in the camera here, in that container that looks like that quart of Chinese soup, quart of soup, all that melon in there. And when we buy it, we eat it all, right? We eat it all because watermelon is delicious. It's hot outside. I'm going to eat it all. Well, that's 4 portions. That's not 1 portion. That's 4 portions. But we eat it because it's watermelon, right? And it's delicious and it's fruit. So it's not that watermelon has so much more sugar. It's that I just ate 4 portions of it, right? I wouldn't eat 4 apples. So that's what we have to understand. It's not about don't eat fruit because you have diabetes. It's be careful of the portion and understand that there's certain fruits that we just tend to have a different portion of just because of how that fruit is. There is a little something that they'll talk about the way it spikes the sugar, and we take that into account as well. But again, that goes back to the portion, because when we have the recommended portion, we're not going to have those big spikes in sugar. So I say that to say, still eat the fruit. I know the doctors say don't eat fruit, but still eat the fruit. The other little thing I'm quickly going to add about fruits and vegetables is when we're juicing them or when we're blending them, any process that you're doing to the vegetable, even cooking them, for each little thing that you're doing, you are not getting maximum benefit. It doesn't mean you get no benefit if you juice them, if you use them in the smoothie, that's fantastic. You're getting all the vitamins. What you start to lose a little bit of is the fiber. I just say that to say, don't only have them in one way. If you juice them, great, but also have them cooked, also have them as salad, include all of them. I know a lot of times with the kids, sometimes it's easier to get to them to have the vegetables if we include them in smoothies and things like that, which I agree with that, because you're getting the benefit of the vitamins, but you do lose out a little bit. The more we are processing it, if we're putting it in the blender, if we're cooking it, we're losing a little bit. So if we want full maximum benefit, we just eat it raw, we eat it whole. We have it like salad, we have it as a snack. The next step down to still maintaining most of it is cooking it very, very lightly, a light amount of cooking. The more we're going to do to it, we're just going to lose a little bit, because sometimes people will ask me, aren't I still getting the fiber, for example, if I make a smoothie? You're getting some of it. Are you getting the full max that you would if you ate it? No, you're not getting 100% of it. So just know that, again, it's just the variety. Just mix it up. Don't have it only in one way all the time. That's the best way to do it. Right? So now we move on to what else is on my plate. Those lean proteins. All right. These are also very important. Every single thing that we eat has a role, has something to do in the body, has a job in the body. So proteins have many jobs in the bodies. Part of them is in growth and maintenance and repair of muscles and tissues. Very important, right? We need this if we're exercising. We need this if we're building our body. We need this if we're repairing our body, if we had surgery, if we just have an illness, if we're fighting the flu. We need our body to have all these extra nutrients and protein to help start putting things back together, repairing them, right? Protein also keeps a balance, our pH balance and our fluid balance. The body is all about balance. It likes to be balanced all the time. That's what it's always working to do, whether it be your pressure or your sugar or your pH balance, your fluid. The body always wants to be in a nice, even state. And that's what it's always working to do. Protein is a key role in pH balance and fluid balance. So we need our protein, right? This is important. Where are we going to get our protein from? Chicken, turkey, our poultry is very good lean protein. Our fish is a very good lean protein. Our meats are a wonderful lean protein. Any meats can be included if we are taking the fat off of them. If we're eating the fat, it's not a lean protein, we're eating the fat. If we're taking the fat off, we're buying a lean cut, we're removing all the fat before we cook it, then all the meat is fine. Beef is fine, pork is fine, goat is fine. These are wonderful lean meats, providing we're taking the fat off. What's a high fat meat? Bacon, sausage, salami, pepperoni, those type of meats have a lot of fat. They also have a lot of sodium. So they're not the best choice. They're not a lean protein. So we always want to have our lean protein. If we are doing plant-based, if we are already eating plant-based or we're thinking about going plant-based, this is also fine. But I will say that it takes just a little extra paying attention to if you are going to be plant-based, meaning that a protein that comes from an animal source. So our meats and our fish and our poultry and our dairy, these are what they call complete proteins. When I eat this protein, I've got everything that's supposed to be in a protein is all in there. Many of the plant-based proteins are not complete proteins. So if I want to make sure I'm getting all of my protein, I have to make sure that I have that variety of different sources that are plant-based, whether it be at one meal or in the course of the day. I have to have a few different types of plant-based protein. So know that going into it, if you're not yet following a plant-based, but you're thinking about it, you have to take that little extra time to think about what's going to be in your meal. Now, soy and quinoa, which actually is a grain, but those two things are complete proteins. So if you're doing plant-based or thinking of doing plant-based, make sure you include those. They're very important. They're the only two plant-based complete proteins. So these are important to add. If you're other than that, we're talking about beans, we're talking about nuts, and we're talking about seeds. Mushrooms have protein. So these are all different plant-based proteins. However, those proteins are not complete. So if I have some beans, let's say in my salad, I throw some beans in there. I'm going to also throw some seeds, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, right? So I'm using two different sources of plant protein to make sure that meal has more of a complete protein to it. So, you have a question?
Can you repeat that? You said quinoa is a complete protein, and which other one?
Tofu.
Tofu, okay.
Yeah, tofu is a wonderful protein. The mistake that some people, if you're not on a plant-based diet, but you'd like to start a plant-based diet, I very strongly recommend that you go speak to a nutritionist, because a mistake that I often see is, if we don't have our protein on the plate, what else is on the plate? Rice or pasta, right? And we're not getting a lot of nutrients from those foods. We're missing out a lot because if we're not ready to do the planning and understand how to complement those foods, we end up in a place where we may not be getting as much protein as we need to. Just want to check the chat here. Not very high in fat, but they're high in healthy fat, right? So the unhealthy fat, the bad fat, is the fat that gets stuck in our arteries, that starts to build that plaque in our arteries. It's going to cause heart attacks and cause strokes. That's the bad fat, right? When the doctor says that your cholesterol is high, and you have to ask them, what's my numbers? What's high? Is it the bad cholesterol? Is it the good cholesterol? We have to know our numbers. When the doctor says you have high cholesterol, they're looking at a total of your bad and your good. So we want to know what made it high, the bad or the good. We want our good cholesterol, our good fats to be high, right? They're good. They're protective for the heart. Cholesterol is something that we need in our body, right? The problem comes when we have a little bit too much cholesterol, or we have a little bit too, we take in a little bit too much of those unhealthy fats, saturated fats and trans fats. Trans fats we are finding in anything that's going to be a sweet, a cookie, a cake, anything that's going to be some type of baked good, a muffin, a croissant, any of the delicious breads that we want to include, you know, they're all going to have the trans fats in them. Saturated fats are going to be fats that are solid at room temperature. Butter, the old school cooking, you know, cooking fat that they used to use years and years ago, you know, these are saturated fats. So those types of fats, when they get into our body, when there's enough of them, you know, they're going to start to really get kind of stuck in there. And that's when we're filling up our arteries with that plaque. So that we don't want, but we do want the healthy fats. We do want to include them. So when you hear that something like avocado and nuts, well, that's high in fat, that's okay. It's okay that it's high in fat because we want that. Fish is high in the healthy fat. We want to include that. We want to use olive oil. We want to use vegetable oil. We want to use canola oil. These are the healthier fats. Back to cholesterol a minute. Then, you know, eggs get that bad rap, right? They have cholesterol in them. They do have cholesterol in them. So with the egg white is the protein, very important. However, that yellow part is equally important. All the nutrients are in that yellow part. Now, the cholesterol is also in that yellow part, but it doesn't mean that we never eat it because we do need some cholesterol. So if we wanted to eat eggs every single day, we would not eat the yellow every single day. We would eat the whites most of the time. We can eat up to 6 yellows a week. So let's say on any given day, I want to have 2 whole eggs. I can do that up to 3 times a week without being too concerned. But if I want to have eggs every single morning, on the other days, I'm going to have just the whites. I'm just checking my time. Liz, you have a question? Can you unmute? You can't. Oh, how can we unmute?
Okay. So if I go, how can I know if I'm eating all of these pieces that I'm supposed to eat? Like, do I go to my doctor and ask for a specific, other than the cholesterol and, like, let's say vitamin D and hemoglobin, what else can my doctor check to let me know if my diet is for me, right? Because maybe I'm eating a bunch of health good stuff, but for me, I still need to another side.
You know, at a regular doctor's visit, the doctors really are just they're gonna check your cholesterol, they're gonna check your blood sugar, and they're gonna check your vitamin D. You know, certainly you can ask doctors sometimes to check like a B12. They don't usually, because there's really no reason to get into the weeds about checking every vitamin level if we have this overall good variety in our diet, right? If we're including everything, then we're going to get what we need. You know, if there's something going on like cholesterol or sugar or something like that, then certainly we need to take a closer look at what we're eating and how we can help that out. But for the most part, you don't need to ask your doctor to check all kinds of vitamin levels. You know, they will check iron sometimes if you complain of energy, you know, loss of energy, fatigue, some other symptoms, they might check iron. But you know, the doctors aren't going to check certainly like a full panel of vitamin level. No, that they won't check. But you wouldn't need it. You'll get enough if you're doing your variety. If you're getting this good variety, you'll get enough. Okay. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to say about the eggs, is that we do want to include them in some way, right? They don't have to be the villain that they were at one time. Everybody was, you know, stay away from eggs, don't include eggs, it'll raise your cholesterol. We need a little cholesterol, and your body makes cholesterol. We don't get the cholesterol in our body only from what we're eating, right? The body produces its own cholesterol. So actually what we're eating is a smaller portion of what our total cholesterol is. A large part of it is what our body is producing, and the body needs it for vitamins, especially for vitamin D, right? We need cholesterol to make the vitamin D for the body to use. And there's a few vitamins that need the fats. If we don't have any fats in our body, then the body can't even use those vitamins. That's how things start to work in the body. It needs something else to do what it needs to do, or to get where it needs to get to in the body. It needs another friend or a buddy that's inside the body to take it there. Okay. So we're coming up on 7:30. Let's see if Carmen is on, or if I should keep going a little more.
If you can take a couple questions.
Yeah, sure. Do we have some questions?
When it comes to healthy eating.
I thought canola and vegetable oil weren't good to cook with because of the hydrogenated oils. Is avocado oil and olive oil better than canola and vegetable? All four of those, hi Kilana, all four of those are good oils. They're all fine. The thing with the cooking, it becomes, what type of cooking you're doing and which oil can kind of withstand, if it's a very short-term cooking, like when we're in the wok and that's just a few minutes that you have something in the wok, as opposed to something that maybe is going to sit in that oil for a little bit longer. But any of those four that you have listed there are all good oils. So, olive oil, of course, you get a different taste. You get a really distinct taste when you're using olive oil for cooking. Avocado oil is wonderful, and that also will give it more of a taste. Canola is a little lighter as far as all around taste wise, and when you're cooking with it, it's a little lighter. But as far as health purposes, they're all healthy fats. They're all good oils to choose. Any other questions? Okay. And I will backtrack a minute to making our meals. When I talked about you're going to fill it up with vegetables and then you're going to put that lean protein, even our plate size, we want to take a look at what size plate we're using. And we should be using really 9-inch plates. So if you think about that, like kind of standard white paper plate is about 8.5 inch. So a 9-inch plate is what we should be eating on, right? And then when we take that plate and it's the way in which we serve our meal. If we serve our vegetable first and then our lean protein, by the time you have done that, you've already filled up most of the plate. And when you do that, you can still include your rice and you can still include your pasta and you can still include your potato. But because of the way that you've even just served your plate, you've now portioned yourself without having to measure things and do all those things that become a little bit more of a chore, right? Just in the way we even just served our plate. So that's a kind of an easier way to start to get a handle on our portions without doing too much. All right. So it is 7:32.
Yes, thank you so much, Trish.
I see that Carmen is on.
Yes. And I appreciate the nutrition tips and advice. Awesome as always.
Thank you.
And I hope everyone enjoyed that. And now that you've had a chance to take that in, it's time to get our bodies moving, because our bodies were meant to move. And who better to get us moving than Carmen Carrick?
Greetings, everyone. Thank you, Vince. Thank you, Trisha. I hope that you all got some amazing tips and you're ready to work out. Today, we are doing Zumba. So I hope that you are ready for Zumba. We're going to dance it out. We'll start with a warm up. So you can choose to wear sneakers. You could choose to be barefoot for this, depending on your space. Wear something comfortable. Have your water nearby. Have a towel nearby in case you get a bit sweaty. And we are ready to begin. All right, so just let me know. Just give me a thumbs up or a yes in the chat to let me know that you have all of the things that you need for class. All right. Okay, all right, thank you. Let's start. And down.
¿Cómo te llamas, baby? Desde que te vi supe que eras fan. Y a tus amigas te andamos, baby. Esto lo seguimos en la party. ¿Cómo te llamas, baby? Desde que te vi supe que eras fan. Y a tus amigas te andamos, baby. Esto lo seguimos en la party. Yo te voy como ella no me deja. No te hace como una
She got a little eye roll. But when me go in never left for a time. Listen to me school, me like a ram dance man. Nothing I put up in a nation. You know the music that me on me, you don't show. I'm not a leader, I'm not a little cat, so I'm not a little lady, I'm a bitch in the
No te sientes bien, si tú no estás las ganas solo crece. Quédate en lo que amanece, no olvidamos
Apenas un show desconocido, con ganas de besarse, con ganas de que pase lo que pase. Apenas somos dos desconocidos, con miedo de enamorarse, con miedo de que pase lo que pase. ¿Cómo fue? Un buen rato, si quieres tú nos enamoramos, vamos a ver al rato, paso a paso, que ya hablamos. Si quieres después nos enamoramos, paso a paso que la cagamos.
Here we go, bring it down. Hey, bring it down.
Y si quieres después nos enamoramos, vamos a pasar un buen rato, paso a paso que la cagamos.
Here we go.
Es un buen rato, y si quieres después nos enamoramos,
Bring it up to your chest. Step it up.
paso que la cagamos.
Take it down.
No sé cómo explicar lo que te estoy viendo, me encanta cómo estás moviéndote, con tu cuerpo estrella, no lo entiendo, y me siguen y te estabas escondiendo. Y cuando te apenas conociéndote, veremos sin importar quién esté viendo. Y yo te quiero tener conmigo, conmigo. Yo quiero pasarla bien contigo, contigo. Yo te quiero tener conmigo, conmigo. Y ver el amanecer contigo, contigo. Apenas somos desconocidos, con ganas de besarse, con ganas de que pase lo que pase. Apenas son dos desconocidos, miedo a enamorarse, miedo de que pase lo que pase. Y si quieres pues nos enamoramos, vamos a pasar un buen rato, paso a paso que hasta el amor.
Here we go. Walk it out. Here we go. Here we go. One, two, three. Jump together.
Y yo soy la de tu papá que se le da los jóvenes, no estaba y son bien seguro y pega lo que me mantenga la vida al cabo y los atributos, mantener esa toma y como
Here we go. Reach it over.
compadre que no son, me resuelto de los dos, no te quiero de todo.
Hey,
Ahora sí soy yo, ya pero bajo fuerte como no, vamos como no bailamos todo. No se lo voy a negar, sin hambre de pie, yo le voy a dar.
reach it over.
No se lo voy a negar, sin hambre de pie, yo le voy a dar.
Here we go. Side to side.
Que esto lo pone frío y se pega como
Three.
como la que pone como y se la de ti.
Here we go. Here we go. Bring those elbows together. Hey.
No se lo van a negar. Si no me pie, yo le voy a dar. Y se pone pie.
The elbows together. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. Bring it up.
en mi mente. Quiero volverte a ver y darte una vez más. Yo no me pienso quitar, tú eres mi visión. Adictiva, me dejaste con las ganas de forma de ti. Adictiva, me tira desesperado sin saber nada de ti. Porque estamos adictos, yo me enamoro de ti. Baby, yo necesito tu sobredosis con un nuevito. Dentro de ti enterrado. Pobrecita, tú me tienes enfermo. Y si me traes infierno, nos ponemos en llama. Y tú defiendes mi cama. Y yo sé que tú a mí no me llamas, pero mi cuerpo te escucha. Cuando está aquí, yo lo sé. Es una mentira bien dicha, se cree. Pero mi heroína, que deja fuego de espina. Me dejaste con las ganas de forma de ti. Tú eres adictiva, me tienes desesperado sin saber nada de ti. Esos labios rosados están divididos. El que hiciera de abajo está bendecido. Hoy este día mi amigo termine jodido. Eres muy dura y me tienes frío. Tus besos se metieron por mi pena. Flechado sin ponerme la cadena. Justo yo te cumplo la condena. Sabes cómo es. No puedo negar a tu vida. Buscas por mi mentira. Y no tengo verdad. Quédate en mi cama. Yo sé que tú no me amas, pero mi cuerpo me llama. Me dejaste con la cara de forma de ti. Y amigos, adictiva, me tienes desesperado sin saber nada de ti. Con la sativa, yo estoy con la psicoactiva, como la
They just look for safety and cleanliness and food. Did she look for food? No. Usually they make sure your fridge is stocked or your cabinets, that's about it. And the safety. Safety was everywhere, honestly, but she didn't even go inside the bathroom. Hey. Did you take me some? Did you make me some? So you need coming back? Sure. She'll let me know. Oh, okay. And what? She's gonna try to close it by next week. Because the doctor mostly gave the info already. The doctor what? The doctor mostly gave her info already. Like the medical records and what you need. Yeah.
Cuando te besé, yeah, sentí que todo el cielo, oh, y no me equivoqué, no, porque lo haría de nuevo y de nuevo. Sentí que todo el cielo, oh, y Siento una emoción y volver con vos, el único que ahora me importa. Ven conmigo, déjame un ratito para bailar. Ay, Dios mío, qué talento, esos pasos me matan. Un ratito más te lo pido, por favor. No te basta que se apague mi ilusión. Eres la única que puede calmar mi corazón, yeah. Sabes bien que yo estoy solo pendiente de ti y que no puedo olvidar.
Sentí que todo el cielo, y no me quieres, no, porque no había de nuevo, y cuando
Te besé, yeah. Sentí que todo el cielo y no me quiero porque lo haría de nuevo, de nuevo, de nuevo. Paulo Londra. Mis vidas, los mayores, el que tu madre. amor, me quedé sin ti. Esa carretera me hizo frío, me quedé sin ti. No, hasta que llegaste tú, con esa carita que tienes tú, esa boquita que tienes tú, y esa actitud que enamora. Hasta que llegaste tú, que recuerdas que es una locura, no me despego de tu cintura, desde que llegaste tú, ¿qué está pasando? Que estoy sintiendo que así de violento, no me enamoré. ¿Qué está pasando? Que estoy sintiendo que así de violento, no me enamoré. Un amor frente adelante, cantadita, tu convicción no te dice la máquina. No me ayuda, no me importa lo demás, la cosa enamorada, enamorada. Y yo me digo que estamos pegados. Antes tú me dices solo que amo, pero tú me lo dices que wow, wow, wow. ¿Qué está pasando? Que estoy sintiendo que así de violento, no me enamoré. ¿Qué está pasando? Que estoy sintiendo que así de violento, no me enamoré. Quiero escribir y sonidamente como la nieve en el amor. Deja de sentir, pues la carretera me hizo frío, deja de sentir. Hasta que llegaste tú, con esa carita que tienes tú, esa boquita que tienes tú, esa actitud que enamora. Hasta que llegaste tú, pero pensar que es una locura, no me despego de tu cintura. Desde que llegaste tú, ¿qué está pasando? Que estoy sintiendo que así de violento, no me enamoré. ¿Qué está pasando? Que estoy sintiendo que así de violento, no me enamoré. Que así de violento, no me enamoré. Esa carita yo te conozco, lo veo en tu cara. Que te comportas conmigo, puedes ser mala. Seré tuyo por esta noche. Te soltarás antes que desabrocha el cinturón. ¿Qué posiciones tú quieres? Sé que tienes novio, pero que me prefieres. Seré tuyo por esta noche. Te soltarás, baby, conmigo y yo quiero comprender toda. Es que las amigas yo te besan toda. Quédate conmigo y la picheo toda. Como tú ninguna tú le ganas toda. Por eso, bebé, yo quiero comprender toda. Es que las amigas yo te besan toda. Quédate conmigo y la picheo toda. Dice bebé si nos pasamos a toda. Comprender toda, yeah. El mundo te quiere porque como tú ninguna. Y yo preciso falta poder y te bajo la luna. Hay muchas mujeres, la vida es solo una. Y solo dime que sí, pa' ponértelo de una. Bebecita me la avisa, cuando me lo sienta de manguerita y me la camisa. Quiero que sea mi sumisa. Si quieres tomarte tu tiempo, tranquila, no tengo prisa. Que la noche joven, que el tuyo no te la frente. Ese cabrón de peca no tiene los aparentes. Para tus papás, eso es lo que comenta. Por eso, bebé, yo quiero comprender todas. Que las amigas yo te besan todas. Yo te tengo y la picheo todas. Como tú ninguna tú le ganas todas. Por eso, bebé, yo quiero comprender todas. Que las amigas yo te besan todas. Yo te tengo y la picheo todas. Dice bebé si te no paso a todas. Te hicieron para mí aquella noche que te tuve, apreciando toda tu desnudez. Y cuando mi lengua corría en la tuya, dijiste cuando estaba sin nombre, y yo soy el que te conoce. Pero digo como hacerte comernos, el destino nos cambió por los planes. Tú dime cuándo va a volver a vernos, y yo salgo más cabrón y olvídate. 3, 4, 6. Quiero amarte toda, conmigo vas a hacer lo que te viene toda. Quédate conmigo y le picheo toda. siempre bendiga que nos amamos. Por eso, bebé, yo quiero comprender todas. Que no están mediando te besan todas. Yo te conmigo y le sigue alcohol. Y siempre bendiga y nos vamos a todas. Yeah, yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know that we are not. I let it fall, take one time. 1, 2, 3. I let it fall, take one time. Step, touch, step, touch, wave, and touch, step, touch, wave.
On the drums. Acércate, deja la duda. La noche fría, pero conmigo asegura. Espérate, en la amargura. Que tú me levantes tu vida pura. De tus locuras, de tus ideas, de tu cultura y de tu ciencia. La alcanzaré, eso no lo sé. Pero esta noche, de mí no te escapas. Esta noche no me jodas las palabras. Soñé siempre con que te la velada. Y que tengo que encontrarte aquí. Que de mí no te escapas. Esta noche no me acuerdo las palabras. Soñé siempre con que era la velada. Y que tengo que encontrarte aquí. Como Adán y Eva tenemos nuestro pecado. Como por ladrones un secreto bien guardado. Un camino y un destino asegurado. Donde estos fugitivos se han amado. Como Adán y Eva tenemos nuestro pecado. Como por ladrones un secreto bien guardado. Un camino y un destino asegurado. Donde estos fugitivos se han amado. Tú vives con otro, tú vives sola. A mí no me quieres, a mí no te valora. Él no te saluda ni te dice hola. Y a mí no me habla en ninguna hora. Ella sale en una esquina y yo vivo en la otra. Y te miro todo el día a ver cuándo es la hora para acercarme. Quiero sentirte, quiero mirarte más para hablarte. Quiero preguntarte, quiero explicarte que no soy alguien interesante, solo un cobarde más. Quiero bastante para que diga poderse acercar más. Ya no puedo más, tienes que escuchar lo que vine a ofrecer. Y no te escapas, esta noche no me pongo las palabras. Soñé siempre con que eres la velada y que tengo que contarte a ti. Como Adán y Eva tenemos nuestro pecado. Como por la torre un secreto bien guardado. Un camino y un destino asegurado. Donde estos fugitivos se han amado. Como Adán y Eva tenemos nuestro pecado. Como por la torre un secreto bien guardado. Un camino y un destino asegurado. Donde estos fugitivos se han amado. Como Adán y Eva. Como Adán y Eva. Como Adán y Eva. Acércate, deja la duda. La noche fría, pero conmigo asegura. Espérate en la amargura. Y déjame levante tu debilidad pura. De tus locuras, de tus ideas, de tu cultura, de tu ciencia. La alcanzaré, eso no lo sé. Pero esta noche sé que soy molesto, pero quiero decirte que de mí no te escapas. Esta noche no me pongo las palabras. Soñé siempre con tener la velada y que tengo que contarte a ti. Que de mí no te escapas. Esta noche no me pongo las palabras. Soñé siempre con tener la velada y que tengo que contarte a ti. Oh, we on the drums, on the drums, on the drums. Oh, no, no, no. Biblia, los mayores, de Cristo man. Yo me apunto. Oh, 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 no me digas si piensas ayer con lo mal que te fue. Oh, oh, oh. Si esta noche tú no lo te notas, dile que tú no estás sola, que tú estás conmigo, que no se te cuido, como si idiota. Si esta noche tú no lo te notas, dile que tú no estás sola, que yo soy el cabo, que saque ese cabo, dile que se joda.
llevo la cuenta, esa es la quinta vez. Pero yo lo entiendo, porque no lo ves. Tú estás vieja solo, buena para estar con él. Te gusta mujer, para estar con él. Y si te buscamos, y vente porque me llamo borracho. Ahora te quieres, pero mañana van a hacerte daño. Por favor, llores, deja que no te enamores. Si esta noche tengo que derrotar, dile que tú no estás sola. Que tú estás conmigo, que yo sí te cuido, y como idiota. Si esta noche tú no te derrotas, dile que tú no estás sola. Que yo soy el clavo, que se clavo, dile que se joda. Con mis labios que no me cada espacio en tu piel, hasta lo que no se ve. No me digas que te hace bien, con lo mal que te fue. No me digas que piensas volver. Y si te buscas, y vente porque me llamo borracho. Ahora te quieres, pero mañana voy a hacerte daño. Por favor, llores, deja que yo te enamore. Si esta noche tengo que derrotar, dile que tú no estás sola. Que tú estás conmigo, que yo sí te cuido, como idiota. Si esta noche tú no te derrotas, dile que tú no estás sola. Que yo soy el clavo, que se clavo, dile que se joda. Y que no te botes. La shame en el rebote. Así que pego el rebote. Pa' que roce, que te lo devuelve.
Nadie te hace mejor que yo. Que no se te apague la vida. Tú sabes que yo no te dejo cantado. Calma, yo voy en camino. Calma, que te quiero muchísimo. Tú me llamas. Vamos pa' tu casa. Me quedo en la cama. Sin pijama, sin pijama. Casi tú me llamas. Vamos pa' tu casa. Me quedo en la cama. Sin pijama, sin pijama. No le dicen que todo es mala. De pronto ahora no viene llamada. Me manda fotos contigo mostrando todo todito. Cuando llegue de cara estamos en la cama. Baby, hoy no vamos a dormir. No. Baby, hoy no vamos a dormir. Te decíamos porque no me dio la gana. Baby, hoy no vamos a dormir. Baby, hoy no vamos a dormir. No. Baby, hoy no vamos a dormir. Te decíamos porque no me dio la gana. Baby, hoy no vamos a dormir. Si tú me llamas, nos vamos pa' tu casa. Me quedo en la cama, sin pijama, sin pijama. Si tú me llamas, nos vamos pa' tu casa. Me quedo en la cama, sin pijama, sin pijama. Si no te gasto, no te llamo, que tienes con la llama. Como yo vi al mundo, que se vive en pijama. Hoy esto que le queda. Hasta la mañana, la pasé romántica, lo automático, buscamos un manual, como viajan nunca nave, siempre sin una dama, pero soy una piedra en la cama, así que dale ponle que la música son, todo conmigo, que tengo el control, para ganarlo yo, así que dale ponle fuego a esa son, todo eso conmigo, si tú me llamas, nos vamos pa' tu casa. Me quedo en la cama, sin pijama, sin pijama. Si tú me llamas, nos vamos pa' tu casa. Fumando marihuana, sin pijama, sin pijama.
Si pudiera ser como estuve, soñara sin ti, escondiendo el dolor. Puedo escribir cada canción, esas palabras de amor, que yo perdí. Pero no sabes si dicen mal, pero ya la vi que ni me pongo mal. Tanto digo que no me voy a arruinar, como para mí no puedo impresionar, pero cada vez eso fue celular. Eso que tú no sabes, y me pegaba de soledad. Después de los tragos de la verdad, estoy borracho otra vez. Intentando entender cómo es que tú puedes olvidarme. Nunca yo quisiera devorarme. Estoy tomado a ver. Después que lo dejé, esta noche me te olvidaste. Sigo extrañándote. No sé por qué. ¿Por qué no me lo busqué? ¿Por qué no me lo busqué? No sé por qué. ¿Por qué no me lo busqué? Por eso me estás con él. Llevo sin dolor mi amor, pensando en usted, que todo esto ya pagué lo que fallé. Cuando se entere que hago que tú me llamas, se me vaya dando cuatro que quedaba hoy. Dime dónde estás, dónde contigo, no borro el chulo porque no estoy contigo. Que no llama nada, amigo ni enemigo, pero cuando estamos pienso en este castigo. Solo llama, cuando tú me beses en tu cama, no te creas lo que dicen de mi fama. Es como otro para hacer que tú me amas, me amas. Yo solo llama, cuando tú me beses en tu cama, no te creas lo que dicen de mi fama. Es como otro para hacer que tú me amas. Pero no sabes si es pero ya vi que le pongo mal. Tanto digo que no me voy a burlar, como lo digo no hay que reaccionar. Pero cada vez que sientes seguridad, si tú quieres tú te vuelves a llamar. Y me pega duro esta soledad, que cuando no traigo se deja de dar. Estoy borracho otra vez, intentando entender cómo si tú puedes olvidarme. Yo no quisiera devorarme, estoy tomado a ver. Después que lo dejé, esta noche me tengo que olvidarte. Sigo extrañándote, no sé por qué. ¿Por qué no me lo busqué? ¿Por qué no me lo busqué? No sé por qué. ¿Por qué no me lo busqué? Y por eso no
Shoulders back. Good. Circle around. To the left. Around. Good. Shimmy, shake it out. Take it back. Good. Come down. How we doing? All right, we're just gonna stretch on the floor a little bit and we'll be done. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Reach your arms up and between your toes. Breathe. 2, 3, 4, 6. Good. Stretch it up and open. Come into one leg stretch and reach. Toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Stretch over. Point your toes. Reach over to the right. Breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Other side. Stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Walking out in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stay there. Breathe. Flex your toes. Feel that stretch. Good. Walk those hands in. Bring the legs together. Shake it out. Bring the knee into the chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Bring that foot in towards the knee. Reach your toes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Put your arms up and switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Reach it out. Shake it out. Good. Bring the feet together. Cross the knees. 2, 3, 4. Round over your feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Stretch one leg out. Good. Other leg stretch. Good. Circle those legs around. All fours. And round your back. And stretch. Good. And round. And stretch. Double toes under. Stretch your legs. Good. Walk those hands in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bend your knees there. Bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. Roll it up. 2, 3, 4, and breathe it open. 6, 7, 8. Give yourself a hand. Great class. All right. Okay, I hope that you guys enjoyed Zumba.
Well, did you guys enjoy Zumba? Thumbs up,
Let me know.
comment in the chat. Any questions for comment? Why is there a feedback here? Not sure.
Thank you, Michelle. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you.
Nice. Okay, let me find out.
All right.
I'm not sure why I'm getting a feedback here. Hope it stops. I think it has. Great. But I just again want to say thank you, Carmen, for a wonderful class, the high energy Zumba. And each Tuesday, Carmen will be bringing a different type of activity to us, which is great. Right? So you don't. Great. All right. So you don't. I'm not sure why I'm getting that feedback.
Well, just note that you guys, if you get a little bit tired after 40 minutes, take breaks when you need to. But as you continue from week to week, you'll find that you'll be stronger. You will get stronger and it will get easier for you as you do these classes. So thank you so much for sharing your feedback. Make sure that you rest for those who are going to rest for the rest of the evening. Make sure that you take a nice hot shower.
Yes.
To help relax your body.
Huh. Wow. I apologize for. Are you guys hearing me twice? Am I coming across clear to you? Comment? Okay. Okay, good. All right. So what I want to say while I have these few minutes with you is that, again, Carmen is going to bring a different type of activity to us each Tuesday. And it's important that we move our bodies. And as you know, I send out these recordings either later in the evening or in the morning. But not only for those who miss a class, but I send these recordings out so you can retake the class. All right? Don't just think that you can only take it while we're doing the class. This is for you because our bodies were meant to move. And I believe that if we give you activities that you enjoy, activities that's effective, that you can do these activities throughout the week, right? This is what I want you to do because those who are successful with achieving their weight loss goals, their goals to get healthier, it's because they're doing something each and every day. They're eating healthier, yes, but they're also moving their bodies. So take those recordings and use it again. We're not in class tomorrow. Take the class again tomorrow. It's okay, all right? You're not going to be penalized for using the video over and over and over again. We want you to do this because in 6 weeks, you will notice, you'll not only feel a difference, but you'll see a difference. And we know that for a fact, but you have to work the program. The program works, but you have to work with it, right? And we want you to accomplish your goals. And that's why we're doing this. It's fun, and it's good to have a community of like-minded people here on Zoom together. We're not worried about what you're wearing, okay? What your name is. It's all about getting healthy. We want to know that you're here and that you're getting something out of it. And I'm communicating with you beyond the 2 days a week, as you know. I'm constantly emailing information to you. I want you to read the information I send. Also, as you know, earlier today, I sent out information about a low carbohydrate diet, a list of low carb foods, if you will, right? So look at that list and see what you can, select what you think would work for you. Because a low carb diet is great because when you want to burn fat, the first nutrient your body's going to burn off is the carbs before it gets to the fat. But if you have a low carb diet, you're going to burn off the fat a lot quicker. And when I say low carb, I'm not talking about fruit. Fruit's carbs, yes. But I'm talking about those high fructose corn syrup type carbs, the sugar and the treats that we're normally eating. So consider the list. Look at the list. Watch the video that I also attached to that email. And this is for you to look at and think for yourself, should I make these changes? Would it help my body? Would it help my children by making these changes? And I believe it will. So it's all about giving you the information and hoping that you put it to use. Because if you put it to use, you're going to notice the difference. Okay? Because remember, exercise is the king and nutrition is the queen. but you put them together and you have a kingdom. That's what Jack LaLanne said, and he lived to be 96 years old. He knew what he was talking about. Now, you also know that this Thursday, we normally would have functional fitness with George. But this Thursday, George is going to change it up a little bit. So it's not going to be a functional fitness class. It's going to be a different type of activity that George is going to conduct for us. Now, I can't tell you what it is. We're going to have to show up on Thursday to see for ourselves. But I can guarantee you it's going to be effective, because what we're trying to do is not only give you activities to strengthen, actually to make you sweat, but we want to give you activities that's going to build muscle. Because as you build muscle and tone up your body, you're going to burn calories that much quicker. So we're working, this is something that we didn't just pull out of a hat. This is a system that works. Proper nutrition, various types of exercise activities to get you where you need to be. Okay, and that's what we want to do. All right, so with that being said, oh yeah, one more thing I just want to say. Did you guys know that during the fall and winter months is the time when most people gain weight? Did you know it's during that time of the year when most people gain weight?
Mm-hmm.
And
I think that's it for Vince. All right. Have a good night, everyone. See you next week.
I'm back. Do you hear me? Do you guys hear me? Do you see me?
Yeah, I hear you and see you.
Okay, I'm not sure. We had a little technical glitch there, something I'm not used to. But let me just say that again, this time of the year is when most people tend to gain weight. And we have to wonder, why is that, okay? And it's because during the fall and winter months, it's cooler, it's darker outside, and we start putting on extra layers of clothing, right? Because it's cooler. And what happens is we tend to eat more when it's dark out early, and when we have these holidays coming up, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, all these holidays. So we tend to put on extra pounds. And what we want to do is continue working out even during the holidays. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run another program from November 1st to December 8th, and then another one from there to the new year, because I want to kind of keep this program going. And for those of you who want to kind of have a program to help you stay on track, we're going to be here for you. And I want you to know that, all right? So important, because if you take care of your body will take care of you. And again, we want you to focus on the new year so that you don't have to worry about your New Year's resolution being to lose weight, get into shape, because you're doing that already. So you can focus on maybe bringing in more money, going on vacation, spending more time with the kids, whatever you want to do. So we want to make fitness a part of our lives. That's what it's all about. And we want to invite you to be a part of that as well. But it starts with you looking at your body and saying, look, this is how I look today, but you know what? If I do take the right steps, I can improve my health tomorrow. But it's all about what you do today. And you must show up for the work, okay? And do the work, because you can do this. And with that being said, let me see if there's anything in the chat that I should address. Somebody said they hear and see me now. Great, excellent. All right. And again, I apologize for that glitch, or what the problem was with that. I hope that doesn't happen again. But just know that we're here for you, and we want to see you succeed, right? And we'll do whatever we can on this end to help you, but we want you to show up and to take advantage of these programs, okay? Because we come to you 2 days a week, but it's about working out 7 days. Even just walking, a 30-minute walk is a workout. And you'll be surprised what you can accomplish in 30 minutes. Liz says, I have to work on Thursday, but I will take the class over the weekend. Thank you, Liz. Definitely take the class, but we're going to send the class to you, and I know you're going to take it. That's awesome. All right. And so with that being said, I'm going to not hold you guys. Barbara said I do a 30-minute walk 5 times a week. That's perfect. That's what I'm talking about. 5 times a week, 30 minutes. And you lose weight, you have more energy, you're strengthening your heart. That's what it takes. And then you incorporate some of these programs that we're doing. And it's the best of both worlds. And you start eating healthier, okay? Eating more fruit and vegetables, some of the lean protein that Trisha talked about. And you will see and feel a difference. That's all it is. It's not, of course, it's not rocket science, but we just don't do what we need to do. But I think that everyone on here today is committed to doing what it takes to being healthy. And I'm looking forward to seeing you on Thursday, where we can have another class, but this time with George. And it's going to be something to strengthen the body, strengthen the muscles. I can guarantee you that. And it's going to be interesting. All right. With that being said, I want you guys to have a wonderful evening. And I will see you on Thursday. God bless. Have a great night. Thank you for showing up.